I love how I always start the live show is by banging my head.
Every
Always the
time.
same.
Always.
Every
Okay. Oh yeah. Now we have Danny. Perfect. Well, let's go, guys. So excited for today. It has been a long time since the last collection. So yeah, today very special day celebrating Medusa's new collection. Not a painting. It's gonna be amazing. We're gonna show everything that you need to know, guys. We're gonna go through the process of the collection and everything for you guys to know how to collect it. Once again, we have an amazing crew here. We have Scotch, as always. Scotch, of course, you know that we invite you because you only say good things about us. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. I mean, what else is there to say apart from amazing things? You do amazing stuff, so you get the amazing compliments. I mean, that's just the way it is. But
Go.
you have to keep up your game. You don't slack off now because the FUD is just it's just beneath the surface. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for you to just drop your game just that little bit, and then I'm going to come in hard. So you've got to keep your game high.
As you can see, he's already starting. He's already starting his stuff. Let's go. Thank you, man. Well, we also have Danny. Danny, welcome back. After Enigma, we are collaborating once again with Unchained Monkey on this new collection. Art on Bitcoin. How are you?
Art on Bitcoin. Let's go.
Uh,
I'm good.
Nice, nice. Well, today we're here to celebrate Medusa. Look at his white background. I don't know where he is. He's in paradise, I guess. I don't know.
Heaven.
You know,
It looks like he's
I have
in heaven, actually.
a I have a software engineering degree, and I don't know how to change my background already. But anyway, I feel super excited to be here to present this project. It's been a long run, almost 1 year of work that it's ending here. So I'm super excited, and thank you guys to come here and have a nice talk.
Of course, man. You know that I will need to update the metaverse with the new art. It's gonna be hard. Well, Steven, and you excited? I know that this is your favorite collection from Medusa, so I guess you're excited.
Yeah, no, I'm actually really excited about this one as I've seen the work kind of evolve over the last couple of months from what I was shown in early previews. It's one that I've been very, very excited for. So I'm stoked to be with you guys today, and there's a lot to talk about. So I'd love to get
Yeah,
into it.
exactly. Well, Medusa is gonna tell us everything. I hope so. Every secret. Today is the reveal date. Okay, Medusa. Well, just before we start, I wanted to ask everyone that's listening, please like and retweet this because everybody's on the beach, But from time to time, they go check their ex. So yeah, please like and retweet. So the more people know about this new collection. Well, let's start. I wanted to start once again with the teaser. I put it at the beginning of the video, but I really like it. It's a friend from Medusa who made this, and yeah, I think it really showcases perfectly well the collection. Let's go, guys. Let me put some. I don't know if we have. I cannot. Okay, I don't have the sound here, but no worries. It's just the music. So as you can see here, just a 3D presentation of the work, like in this very dark museum. I like how he just showcased the art in a very dark room. Because it's a very elegant way for me. It's not a painting and it's very dark thing. It's like, okay, you are revealing something finally, Medusa, because I guess that was the point. After so many months of work, finally revealing everything. Because yeah, it has been more than a year now that you have released your latest collection. So we have seen the 101, but yeah, more than a year. Wow, what a progress, man.
Yeah, it's been a long journey, and yeah, I started this project like when Artifact end, like the next month that we
Mhm.
finished with Artifact. I just started this with the idea of bringing the oil brushstrokes to our digital age.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah, but we have seen a lot of work in progress. We have seen, a lot of evolution. We've seen you trying different stuff, different techniques, and you have been teasing us a lot with this.
Yeah,
So
correct. Like there are two types of artists. The ones that prefer to keep in really secret all his
Yeah.
its artworks, and the other ones like me that always like to show up all the process that it's behind and everything. And I just prefer this way to
Mhm.
show and to see also the interactions with the public and the people that sees the artwork.
Mhm. Well, my first question was about this because we have seen a lot of examples, and now I guess that people wonder why this is the right time when when nobody is listening, you got to get louder. But you came with this collection, so I guess that you're finally okay with the final result, right? How is that?
Correctly. At some point, you just have to drop it. I will never be enough proud of what they do, because I always will see something that I will change. But it ended in a really really good collection, and I was um, really I feel great about the outputs right now. And even if it's not the best time, and as you said, everyone is at the beach or having the vacations, for me it's the time to drop this, because I see that now it's finished.
Hmm.
I I see it also that there was such a big variation on the outputs that feels that each one of the collection feels really unique, and they are connected together. You can feel that they are all
Yeah.
from the same collection, but in terms of variation, I think I achieved a really good point, and I think it was the time now.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree. I agree. We're gonna go through this actually. Guys, well, you, Stephen, you have been, I know that you have been looking at Medusa's artwork for a long time. What was the first reaction when you saw this texture, man? What do you think about it?
So uniquely, there's something very different about it that I wanted to bring up, and it goes to the tie back to Magritte,
Mm-hmm.
because when you talk about like how this collection came into being and the inspirations behind it, it's
Like,
it's almost the easy thing to find the immediate relationship between the oil painting, but I think there's something else that's going on here that's kind of interesting, and I'm curious if Medusa had looked into Magritte's past a ton. It That's like part of what inspired this, but what people may not know about Magritte is that he actually was early on in his career doing a lot of more commercial work, and even was a forger. So like he literally forged artwork early on in his career, and I'm curious if you think that there's an attachment to that within the way that you wrote this algorithm.
Um, Sorry, I didn't understand actually the question. Can you repeat, or
Yeah, no, I'm happy to. So, are you familiar with the concept of forgery, like in terms of what that is?
faking, faking artworks, right? I think it's the right
Yeah,
word for it. Okay,
yeah,
forgery.
we
yeah,
like the main concept, which is something that came after I was starting with trying to reproduce these brush strokes. I realized that like the essential in order to reproduce how I explain it. Okay, 1 second. Like the main concept with nota painting, um, like the idea led me that my attempt to be as faithful as possible to how paint behaves in the real world was actually creating an illusion of reality. And I think it's a concept really bonded with the idea that Magritte has had, and the artwork that he did in his time, the tragedy of image. So like the main idea was to see something that it's not really what it seems. And I think this takes us to a really fundamental question, that is, what is reality itself. So in that way, not a painting like tries to trick the eye into seeing something that may look like it belongs to the physical world, but it actually doesn't. So I felt that this concept was really bonded with what Magritte wants to say. And and also I believe like this philosophical question of what reality is makes even more sense nowadays. Like when we are all surrounded, by phones, computers, and screens in general. Like even more so in this era where it's already hard to tell a real image from one generated by AI.
Hmm.
It comes to a point that for us, or for me, it's sometimes difficult to difference between a real image and AI image. So I think this piece really makes sense nowadays. Like this piece is an invitation to an individual reflection about whatever the content we consume is real or is just a representation of it. So it doesn't aim to give answers, but rather to raise questions. The answers will depend on each person, but I think we have to think ourselves what kind of content are we consuming nowadays. And
Okay, so let's raise the questions then. What makes a real one and a fake one? Danny would say that it's parent-child, right? Here on Bitcoin. That's the thing. No, but
yeah.
seriously, when you think about it, it's always funny when people give a lot of value. As you said, Stephen, at the beginning, you talk about forgery. Well, who knows some famous, very, very famous paintings? Which one is the real one or the fake one? And people give value to it a lot when, at the end, nobody knows, and it could change from one day to another. So it's crazy how our perception of reality will modify the value that we accord to something. And in this space, it's even more true because we have finally something that can tell us the truth, blockchain. And actually, we're preparing a project about that. But yeah, where the blockchain tells us the truth. But here in Ordinals, there has been a lot of debate around parent-child, which is something that should give you the truth about if a piece is part of a collection or not. So even today, with our tools, we do play with this reality concept or value concept. What do we value? And at the end of the day, I think doesn't matter the technology. We'll always have this question about, yeah, I don't care that this is a painting or not. It's digital, so I don't think it's real. Oh, it's physical, so I think it's real. And everybody will have a different opinion. It's crazy. Like nobody managed to
Hmm.
find a real solution.
Yeah, I had already debate with other artists talking about if this is a painting or is not. And some people may say that it is, and some people may say that it is not. But at the end, as I said, it's just question ourselves what kind of life are we having right now, consuming all this digital content that at the end it's just zeros and ones that represents our reality.
Hmm. Exactly.
Well, you're painting with code, which is cool. And this is not a game. Going back to that work,
Oh yeah.
how how does
Mhm.
can you tell us right how that relates to this is not a painting?
It's like the concept. It's really quite the same. So it's connected, and I also use the same shaders code used in this artwork, the one that was auctioned in Las Vegas. Um, so yeah, somehow like this piece, this one on one, it's like the we can call it like the parent artwork of the collection. And but yeah, like right now we have a full generative artwork, um, all made with code.
Hmm.
So
Mhm.
this is not a game. It's kind of first kind of code painted work that's on
Yeah,
chain.
correctly.
And do you see anything like this on other chains?
If I edit or change or what? Sorry. Uh,
If you saw other artworks like
On
this.
chain, basically for on chain work, like what preceded this, where you
um,
have it like an animated paint style, you know, creation.
haha. Yeah, I've seen or I may seen other works using this paint style. Uh,
Hmm. But not not really figurative or like using an image, an artwork that already exists, and like reproducing it. I think it was the first time. Um,
Yeah, like the technique that I'm using, trying to use an image as base and then configuring an algorithm that tries to reproduce this image in Bruce strokes. I think, yeah, I didn't saw it
mhm,
Yeah,
before.
I think a lot of it generative art or code, a lot of code-based art is generative art, and generative art is usually abstract art. So
mhm,
figure drawings with code and generative art and on-chain art is very rare.
mhm.
Um, yeah, I really can't really
But
think
that's the
of
thing. I think that also
many.
it was made here today because on Bitcoin you have these limitations, and that's also what motivated Medusa in the first time. People are struggling inscribing high resolution images on the blockchain. Well, here you have another option, so it opens the path. And which is cool about this is not a painting. The new collection that we're releasing right now is that it's this abstract version of it. It's like, okay, I use this algorithm to reproduce images, but it can also be used to create a generative art collection like everybody knows, these figurative, these abstract forms. But it's I think that it will also show people that with the same algorithm you can do a lot of different things. And I hope that generative artists will start using this kind of approach to create different artworks, because it's true, when you look at generative art in general, there has been so many great artworks that it seems that we are struggling a little bit to innovate and to change forms. And it has been a long time since we have seen something very, very special and something new.
Clearly, yeah.
Mhm. Okay, so let's go through not a painting here webpage. I wanted to ask you just a few questions about the final, here, the final version of the artwork, because I've seen the process. Well, first of all, I've seen you working alone, and then we have been working together on the collection. And now the artwork has not only different canvases at the end, and you have different colors here, so those are pretty cool, but you've added a frame, and that's something that at the beginning surprised me, and I was completely opposed to that. I was like, no, 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 I don't think it's going to look nice, I don't think it's going to be important. But it does play with the same concept that you're trying to push here, having the frame here directly in the artwork on chain. So it's funny how if people try to download the image also, from the simple point of view, they're going to download it with the frame. So how,
Yeah,
how does
yeah.
it work?
Like at the beginning, the frame was just an HTML border that it was something not integrated inside the artwork. But like 1 week ago, Pierre said to me, "Okay, we may put this inside the artwork because it may." I don't know. It makes sense to be inside, and it completes
Mm-hmm.
the artwork. It integrates it. So yeah. Now we ended with really kind of different frames. They are all trying to reproduce also the wood texture. I don't know if we can
I
somehow
will zoom
zoom
a little bit. Yeah.
in another work. So I try to create frames that look like wood. Anyway, if someone wants, for example, to render the artwork for printing, I would recommend to remove this frame. So we added a small feature on the code that let us run the animation without the frame. So we will have the collectors that get this artwork will have both versions with frame and without it. But I honestly prefer more the frame ones. And yeah, as you can see, I put it like a little shadow, so it somehow integrates better with the canvas and everything.
Divine.
And I
Well,
have
so
to say, regarding to the canvas too, it's been a really long work. I mean, it's been a big work with brush strokes, but also the canvas, and the canvas something maybe something is people don't see like all the value on that and all the work, but Trust me that I spent so many hours trying to get a really physical style
Hmm.
on this shoe.
Well, it's crazy when you look at the lines. They are completely they look completely natural. You know, they are not just straight, and there is no really a pattern behind it. So yeah, that's crazy, man.
Mhm.
Congrats. I'm just trying to show a few more because I have them here, and it's always hard to. Oh no, shit, that's the same. To
But yeah,
really.
I have to say that I ended this artwork 3 weeks ago, but then Pierre and Gerard came to me and told me some points that may go further with the variation and everything, and I'm so glad that they told me, because right now feels even better than was before.
Let's go. Thank you. Here is the a super big zoom, and I didn't take the biggest resolution yet. I have to download a few more, but yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. Congrats. Okay, great.
Thank you.
Well, Scotch, what do you have to say about this collection?
I mean, I'm not a coding guy, right? I'm not a tech guy. I'm a collector. So, my question is, how many are there, and how much is it? How do I get it? I mean, come on.
uh, well, the thing
So, are
is,
we are we ready for those questions yet?
yeah, no, that's okay. We can start with that. Well, for those who listen, maybe you have seen the announcement that I just posted on Discord. I've also tweeted about it. There is a main thread. By the way, if you can support us there, just go like and retweet the thread. It's going to be a very small collection. It's 250 pieces. I know that Medusa loves to play with small collections. Rising Echoes was 200. Artifact was 300. This right now is in the middle. Um, and we wanted to do something very cheap. So it's actually 0.0016, so a little bit more than 150 bucks. And yeah, we just opened the sale just when I announced the live show for today. It's going to be very exclusive. What we want to do is allow people that collected Medusa's past collections to start. So we're giving them 5 days, and then we will open the sale to Vivi, the whole gallery. I want to say, and members of the On-Chain Monkey community, like we did for Enigma by CyberSea. So that's going to be exciting here in 5 days. So we'll see how many artworks are left. But yeah,
Yeah,
small collection just to show the diversity of the collection, because with 100 it wasn't really enough. Seriously, we're gonna go through this later because I will let you pick some of the artworks by yourself. But yeah, it was very hard to do a small collection. At the beginning we want to do 150 to 100, but it wasn't enough. So yeah, 250 pieces for this collection. Well, if you remove those that Scott is going to take, maybe you will only have 200 left. So
I
great,
wish.
great.
I wish. No, look, I mean, it's amazing. Just looking at the ones that you've got featured on the website,
Oh
and if
yeah.
people haven't already gone to the website, then go and check that out. I mean, I love the second one. It reminds me almost Medusa. It reminds me of those artists that fill up it's like a plastic container, with paint, and they put a hole in it, and then they sort of let it go, and it swings around, and it creates these beautiful geometric patterns and so forth. That just reminds me of that, and it's stunning. They're all absolutely amazing. I think it's the fourth one across as well. That one is just it's so
This one?
eye-catching. And in the middle, it looks like there's almost some kind of a code in the middle. Looks like somebody's signature, or there's something written in the middle there. I'm not sure if you've popped some secret code in there, but it's amazing. I mean, seeing these printed out as well in Lisbon um, was amazing. Sort of seeing your art actually printed out and hanging around the Magic Eden Vivid container was really, really cool. So I'm sure when people get these, if they print them out,
Yeah.
um, they're going to look spectacular. I would love to see some of these on t-shirts as well. I think that these prints on t-shirts would just look absolutely amazing. And I know that that's kind of degrading your art a little bit, but I just think that it would be amazing to be able to show that beautiful generative artwork, out in public. Get that printed with little vivid symbol on it or something like that. Wear that at events and so forth. I think it'd be amazing. But it's spectacular. You really must be congratulated for how deep you've gone on this algorithm. And I know that you were working on it for quite some time. And I think you kind of got a little bit dark at one point as well. You sort of like really went into your work and went into yourself, and you've sort of come out of that, emerged from that with this uh, beautiful gift for the digital art community, really, because the way that you've created this algorithm and the coding that's available to other people that you're going to be sharing with other people it's a true gift. So, thank you.
Thank you for these kind words.
Mhm.
You're the best, man. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, as you said, like people that came to Lisbon, I think we were talking on the previous podcast, but people saw these physical prints, and most of them feel that it was a physical painting actually. So it's something that I feel proud about it, because it's really the point that I wanted to get into.
Mhm. Guys, you just talk about the crazy thing like the signature, and it reminds me of my of the hours I've spent on the creation with Medusa. It's crazy how this algorithm sometimes tricks your eyes. For example, I don't know if you also see a shrimp here.
I see a shrimp there for sure, man.
100%.
100%. It's just so easy to see for me. That's the first thing I saw.
Like
It's
for me, this is the one of the most beautiful things about abstract works. It's something that for some people will remind to something in the past, so something that brings to your own memories and things that you know.
Mhm.
Uh, it's the
Yeah,
beautiful thing of this.
yeah. No, that's the thing. So yeah, I wanted to play a little game with you guys and also with people that are listening and watching the show right now. So if you are only listening, come here and and look at your screen because we're gonna play a game. We are doing the final curation of this collection, and so here you can see the what we call our curation tool. And as you can see here, I have 373 uh, outputs selected. So this is a pre-curation, okay? I've been doing this for the past weeks, and I wanted to get you guys involved. I wanted to go through some of the pages. We have like 50 outputs per page. And yeah, I just wanted to scroll and have you guys telling me, boom, I won this one in the final curation. You can do that too on the chat, and we will add those to the final selection because we need help. Like seriously, it's very hard to select 250 out of this. So yeah, let's do it. And also, if
This
you
this
recognize,
black one,
it's
Gerard, this
like,
black one here is, I mean, that is wild. I mean, that is,
I think
if
this
that's
game
not
is
in
gonna
there,
be hard.
if that's not in there, I'm gonna rage quit. Vivid.
Selected, it's selected right now. But yeah, I also wanted to find some patterns. If you recognize something that we didn't, please share it with us because I have a few ones that really look like people. It's crazy. So yeah, I love
How do
this
we
one.
actually just select them though? I mean, like this is, you can't just scroll like that and just expect us to, like, come on.
Imagine at the beginning there were 3,000, and we selected up to 350. So it's crazy. Yeah.
It's too hard, you
And look at
know.
this
Yeah.
one.
Well, at the beginning, there were 2,000, and then
Yeah.
Gerard said to me, "Okay, do 1,000 more. I want to
Because I
see
was
that."
finding grails. I was finding grails. I was finding images that really remind me of something like the shrimp. And I was like, oh my God, I just need to go through another 1,000 to find another grail. Seriously, it's crazy. Uh,
Mhm.
but yeah, this
There's
one,
so
very
many.
simple. Oh my God.
Have you thought of putting the outputs through AI and having AI pick some too? Like AI
Ooh,
can go through,
oh,
like
that's a
of
good
a
idea.
thousand,
That's
and
a good idea. Yeah, I didn't do that.
have the AI pick out of 1,000, pick two or something, right? So it's like these are the two AI picks.
Yeah. And we rename those the AI chosen. Um, this one remind me, you know, of these monsters that you can imagine also in some movies. They have like these crazy tentacles. Those remind me of these. I love them.
Yeah, I see also like a body in a sofa or something like
A
this.
body in a sofa.
Uh,
Oh my god. Let's go. I love this
uh,
game. Okay. So I see the sofa, but I don't see the body.
like the body are the lines. Just you don't
Yeah.
see the sofa.
Oh my god. But yeah, look. Okay.
There
So.
was there was one. Can you go up? That I
Mhm.
really like it. Go up a bit. No, yeah, it was this one,
This one.
the second one,
Oh, the second
the
one.
one from the right. Yeah, I really love the
Uh huh.
here some kind of dragon or something
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah. I also
Yeah,
see it. I
I
was
saw
gonna
that
say it.
too. Mm.
Well, let's go. Select it. Let's go. Another page. But yeah, this is our work, guys. So we spend hours and hours selecting the outputs for the final collection. So everything that you see here, well, not everything, but some of them you'll be able to collect. So we're gonna say, oh look this one. Nah, seriously, that's incredible. Like,
Yeah, feels like a person, right?
100% a person, like, and particularly a man, because there is another one that I also selected that is 100% a woman. Look,
Hmm.
just on the selected, this one, or a woman, or an alien. It can be a
Yeah,
weird woman.
Alien. We love
we're an
With
Alien.
its
alien.
hands kind of like doing this in front of its chest, right? I mean,
Exactly, yeah. This one's crazy. So yeah, we will not show every. Oh, look at this. We'll not show every output. So you also have some discovery time while collecting. But yeah, as you can see, the outputs look amazing. The diversity on this collection is just crazy. Like, look at just this; it's completely different from the main one. Like, so yeah, great
Can
stuff.
you
And
talk about the how the generation works, like the different,
mhm.
I guess you could say traits
Yeah,
or something?
if I remember well, I have like 9 generation functions that work independently and they merge together. So some outputs I use two of those functions. In other outputs, I just use one. It selects the functions that are going to draw it, and each one tries to randomly create with different patterns the layers of the brush stroke. So yeah, it comes like 10 different functions. I think it's a really good variety, and that's what
Mhm.
we are saying here.
Well, you have them here, right? Big
Mhm.
strokes, crossing lines, rectangles,
Yeah.
regular rectangles,
So
stains.
yeah, it's kind of the same that the artwork. Like this is not a game. The artwork from Las Vegas.
Hmm.
Like the first part of the code are those functions, generative functions that try to create all the composition. I have also a code that where you can see this composition render it really fast, so you can see like the how it's going to be the composition, and then it comes all this shader code that follows this path created by those functions
Hmm.
before. Mhm.
Nice. Hmm. Well, guys,
And
for
they're
those,
animated. You see
yeah,
them
oh yeah, we need
being rendered,
to
right?
show the animation.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have one example here.
Yeah.
That's actually a topic that we need to talk about, because people are going to ask questions when they receive their artwork. If you try to render this artwork on your mobile, maybe it's going to be a little bit difficult for the mobile to render it, because it needs a lot of power. And also, depending on your computer, it may take a lot more time than this. But yeah, if you have a modern computer, it will work perfectly well. But that's something
Yeah.
that we wanted to talk about. Like, that means that
Mhm.
you're asking a lot from the computer, right, to render this.
I think we're used to
Yeah.
that with Vivid Collections, aren't we? I
Yeah, with
mean,
those ex
and the
machina and
frontline as
enigmas.
well. I mean, my phone still it just can't do front lines and most of Vivid's collections. It's just.
At some point, if you want to get some kind of quality of the artwork, you have to lose some power. So it's a balance between it. We try to do the best. In fact,
Hmm.
at the beginning, it didn't render on the phones. Right
Hmm.
now, it renders. It's just that it's really slow. But yeah, on computer, if you have a middle or good
Hmm.
computer, you will not have any problem on this. And also, there is a thing about this collection that each piece has its own size.
Yeah.
So we don't have like a predefined aspect ratios for each one. Like each one has its own width and height. So some of those pieces may be a bit smaller and could be rendered more fast on phones, and other ones are too big, maybe,
Hmm.
and you're going to see them really slow on your phone. But
Is the
it's
resolution
hmm.
fixed for each one? So this one is this resolution, or is it adaptive based on the screen size?
No, no, it adapts to the screen, right?
Well,
When
it
you
adapts to the screen, but like the main canvas has its own width and height, and it's something bonded on the code.
So
Like
the aspect ratio, I guess, is fixed, but the resolution is adaptive.
exactly.
exactly, that's
How
it. Yeah.
how big does the resolution, or how high does the resolution go? Like in the future, if you have a screen that's 16K by
Well,
16K,
we added a
does it?
parameter so you can tweak this resolution, but the main resolution is between 2000 and 3000 pixels, or 1000 and 3000 pixels, if I remember well, width and height. So it randomly choose between those values. Okay, but we added also the parameter which is pixel density. It's a really interesting parameter where you can get a better quality with the same size. Like the pixel density is going to define how many pixels are inside a square.
Hmm.
That way we can render the artwork with the same size, but with a much better quality, taking more time for the animation. But this is good for printing, for example.
Yeah,
So,
and to
This is what I
display
love
huge
about Danny.
screens.
Danny's always thinking in the future. What about when we get a screen that's 16 about K by 16K? Like it's
we try.
that's yeah, you're working with the right people, when you start to, get these questions that come up about, how the art is going to look in the future.
Hmm.
Because I think that that's really important because screens are going to, get better and better and it's going to happen really, really fast.
Hmm.
And everybody's going to have digital art screens in their home at some point. And so having art that still looks really, really good on these high quality screens is going to really, really be important. So yeah, great question, Danny. Love that.
Hmm. Well, the secret is that he has a huge screen at home, and that's why he cares because he's gonna display it. A wall screen. Uh, I was just going through this. Look.
Yeah, and I'm also not worried about the power in terms of, because the algorithm consumes a lot of power from the devices, as we said. But this is going to be after my death, and this is going to be here to stay inscribed inside the ordinals. So it's something that is going to be in the future,
Hmm.
and in the future we will have more powerful devices that for sure are going to render faster than the ones that we have nowadays.
Of course. Well, the
Hmm.
thing Pierrot precised that we don't have to worry about the performance as because there is a record option that we will share lately. So we just reveal the collection. We have 2 3 weeks now to explain everything, and we're gonna post a lot of things that you're gonna see on X, on Discord, everywhere. But yeah, you will see that you have a small menu where you can either take just a picture, you can render it in high quality, and you can also record the video. And when you record the video, if you want the animation, no, you don't have to worry about the performance. So that's great. Oh my god.
Hmm.
Yeah, showing digital art, and we were talking about showing digital art, right? It's always a challenge.
Hmm.
And one thing that made it a little easier was if things adapted to the aspect ratio, right? Like some art just takes up the whole screen. So it doesn't matter if your screen is a normal screen size or some
Hmm.
weird screen. Or
Mhm.
rather, I think some art when it's like so you chose for this art to have fixed aspect ratio, a certain one, and actually they're different for the different pieces. That
Hmm.
might be a challenge for people who want to display the digital work. Right? If you print it out, it's also fine. So you can print out any you know aspect ratio. But when you do the digital work, screens are a certain size, so it's a little
Hmm.
more challenging.
Yeah.
Maybe you could address that by just having a default view where it can fill any aspect ratio. That might be one. And
Hmm.
you also chose to put a frame in, right, in the
Yeah.
digital works.
We
Maybe
did
that.
that for Flora Forms, where every
Yeah.
time that you just open the website, it adapts completely and it tries to take the biggest resolution possible. But that's,
But
to me, that's the biggest challenge, as you said. Like the thing is, we are so used to people are so used to create collections, saying, "Okay, now it's good. The artwork is finished." But then on the inscription part, if you don't think about how people can use it and can display it, well, it loses a lot of value, at least to me, because we're not thinking in the future. It's true that today not a lot of people display the art, but in the future, when people will start doing that as a normal thing, well, those things will be very important. And to be honest, we spend a lot of time on this thing, and that's why also we take a lot of time between collections, because once a collection is ready from an artistic point of view, it doesn't mean that it's ready for us to sell it as a collection. So yeah, that's something
Sure.
that worth to mention, and we
Gerard,
we did we
can you
never talk
scroll
about
up?
this. Sorry, yeah, of course. Oh my god, this one. I'm just selecting a few, and I'm working while I'm working. I love to do this thing at the same time.
you don't
Yes,
have time.
Keep keep going. There
this
was one on
one
the
because
far
it looks
right.
like a bra. That's what you wanted to say, Steven. Come on,
You know,
man.
you got me. Keep scrolling up on the far right side. There, right that
This
one.
one.
Yeah.
Let's go. What do you have to say?
The interesting thing about this is like as much as like you want to talk about this concept of emergence, right? Finding God in the algorithm is the thing that's been referred to in the past. The thing that I really like about this is like you start to see, while yes, there's symmetries,
Hmm.
Mhm.
emergence can also take you back to other symbolisms, right? Like the idea of mandalas.
Hmm.
That's what
Yeah.
I immediately pick up on in here. But I think the cooler thing, and it's something that we haven't yet really talked about, is when you play out the animation for this, that's where you get the real appreciation for what is being built here, because you start to see the way that those oils actually interact when you're crossing segments. So if you can play this one, you'll see
I
it really,
will.
really clearly because there's so much overlap.
Okay, so let me try, because Pierrot prepared something for me that I need to to learn how to use. Give me a sec. Uh, Up here,
But
perfect.
yeah, what Steven is saying, it's really important because it's been the hard part of this artwork, like the interaction between the paint itself. It's not only that it's painting a layer of paint of brush stroke oil, it interacts with the previous ones, with the
Mhm.
previous layers. Maybe if you zoom it, we can see it better.
Yeah, when the regeneration
Yeah.
here, when it crosses another color, you can see
Mhm.
how the paint changes. And that's crazy, because then you had to put all the like color variations inside of the algorithm and saying, okay, if this color, or how does it work? You know.
Well, as it goes through the canvas, when it reaches some pixels, it detects if this pixel has some paint, and with some functions, I try to merge those colors and yeah, try to reproduce the physical behavior that will have
But it is a
on.
fake or real reproduction. Like, does it does the same thing in real life when you mix those colors, or did you just fake them?
Well, we can say it's faked. It's not the same way as in reality. Like the
Yeah,
colors in the reality, when you merge them, the behavior it's kind of different. But anyway, like the feeling
it's very
here,
similar.
I think it's pretty good for that. And yeah, this is why it takes so much time to render on some really slow devices.
Mm-hmm.
because all this interaction with the previous layers and the previous pixels and this physical stuff, it takes time to, to compute, and that's why it can be slow at sometimes.
That's crazy. Well, so this one that Steven likes, we reject it. Let's go.
Yeah, that
It's
tracks.
beautiful, that one as well. I love it. It's almost got, once it's fully painted, it's got that almost kaleidoscopic effect where you're sort of looking into it. It's really beautiful.
Nah, it's crazy. So this is what I was talking about just before we go through the rest of the collection. But yeah, this small menu here is what will allow you to display it perfectly, so you can render in high quality. We did the same with other artworks, and here you can just record the video. So let's say I'm recording the video from the animation from the beginning. So as you can see now, you don't have to worry about the performance because it's just generating the video without having to show you the rendering. And yeah, boom, I stop recording, and then I have the video, and I can just click again on here. Okay, so yeah, this is great, and we just wanna. Oh no, I wanted to check this one, man one. Okay, and then I swear we stop. Oh my god, yeah, let's go, perfect. This one.
How big were the prints when you showed them in Lisbon?
How
Um,
big they were, and they were an A3 because I carry it with me, so I couldn't get a bigger size, and I also get a professional printer at home to do all these tests. And this printer, like the maximum size is an A2. I don't have too much space, at home to have a bigger one, but it's good for me to, it's I think it's always good to print the artworks, not only because it's beautiful to have at home or to bring to the collectors, but also to check all these details that you may lose on the screen, and you get it on the physical print.
yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. Also, you experience art differently based on its size, right? When you have it in front of you, like looking at it in the
Mhm.
screen size could be much smaller than if you can put it on a wall on a piece of paper, or maybe print it on a poster size, or even bigger. I mean, it could
Hmm.
be 8 feet tall potentially, right? If you want to go really large.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Um,
and also, well, if you hear, can you go back to the previous tab, Gerard?
Uh,
Also, well,
what do you mean?
the previous tab where was the rendering, yeah, no, the previous,
Okay.
this one, like if you move the screen and you resize it, you will see that like the painting is adapting, the canvas is adapting to the screen. So I think it's not going to fill up all the screen, not like this,
Yeah, sorry. Okay, like this, you mean?
like this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We try to always show up the artwork, even if it's rendered on mobile on a screen, but keeping the same aspect ratio. I think that was really important.
Hmm. Well, for those who are just collecting PFPs, come on, this is the ultimate PFP. You have to check for this one. And then they say that Vivid doesn't do PFPs. Come on, we did inflatables. Now we're doing this. Oh my god.
what size would you like to see this displayed, either printed or digitally?
What size? I
Yeah.
wouldn't do it in a really big size, honestly. I would prefer to have a maximum A2 or A3. I think it's okay. Like the ones that I bring to Lisbon were great,
Hmm.
honestly.
Well, I think it also depends a lot on the artwork. Like, for example, I agree this one in small version looks great, but those
Yeah.
were extremely big, man, in a huge screen. For example, this I really can see a 3 meter long artwork. It could be amazing. But yeah. Okay, guys. Well, so this was the creation phase. As you can see, I'm like a child playing with this tool. So we will see. Maybe I will never finish the curation. Maybe nobody will ever see the collection because we kind of just decide on which one to pick. Oh, come on, let's go. This one is amazing. Uh, but yeah, I wanted to quickly talk about this because we also have a platform like last time with Enigma. So it works same way. Just have to go to Vivid, So you directly go to the not a painting page. Most links will bring you here, and you have this collect now button that brings you to the minting platform. Okay, so here you'll see the phases. We repeat from today to July 8th, open to Rising Echoes and artifact collectors. From the 8th, we have 1 week for every Vivid collector and the On-Chain Monkey community. So we'll add Genesis and Dimensions. And if there are any spots left, there is a forms that you can complete. If you are not whitelisted, it will show it here. You'll have a button that you can go there, and it will bring you to a typical form that we do, where you can show the interest, and we will add you to the to the final whitelist. Okay, and then at the end, once sold out, like every time, we just airdrop the pieces. And here you can see. So, for example, I'm whitelisted for one piece. Just click here, collect. It will show you the total amount to pay, the receive address, so you can just confirm or change if it's from another wallet that you wanna, if you wanna send it to another wallet. Just click get now, and you will have the your wallet that you connected to buy here. Okay, to confirm. And then it's also one special thing that we are doing here. Once you collect one piece here, you go to another step where you can collect a print for the artwork that you just bought. Okay, so we are only doing 25 prints, at least the signed prints from Medusa, and you will have the option just next on the next phase, and then you can just say yes or no. If you click on yes, it's just the same thing. You just have to do a Bitcoin transaction, and we will contact you later to give us the shipping details. And if not, just go to the final phase where it's thank you, and we ask you to share that you participating in the pre-sale. So yeah, well, thank you to the ones that already collected. It's always great to see collectors answering to to a new collection every time. I was wondering if in July people will still be there, but yeah, we have some of them, um, and yeah,
No, but it's good because we put it's something that we were talking about, and we
a lot of
want
time. Yeah,
to give time to. We all know that it's summer. All the people, it's not really looking too much to the space and everything. So we wanted to let time for the people
exactly.
to do
Mhm.
it.
And for those who don't want to wait and want to support Medusa, and maybe you don't know his past work, and as you can see, I think that you have been convinced that Medusa is a fucking genius and he's doing great stuff. So you can also go to Magic Eden and you can collect his past artwork. So you have here, why it's not loading? Okay, now. Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, perfect. So yeah, we have Rising Echoes. So that was your first collection that we did 2 years ago. And we can also go to Artifact. With the recent pump, man, I know a lot of collectors that contacted me because they wanted to get one, and yeah, we have some nice sales today. So yeah, you can get an Artifact or Rising Echoes, and you will be automatically whitelisted for this first phase, or you can just wait for the second one and participate in there. Okay, I think I've said everything I needed to say about the phases. Anyway, we will continue, announcing for every phase and everything. Let's go.
Mhm.
Painting website. Well, Medusa, do you want to say something maybe about, yeah, I don't know, any point that we haven't covered yet? No, it's okay.
I don't think so. Well, I would like to talk more about the process and the whips, but I think I will do it better on a next thread
Yeah,
because
you have
I'm
to
not a
share a lot of work in progress because
yeah.
seriously,
I have
from the beginning, like the texture just gets better and better and better, so people can also understand,
hmm.
how hard you work on this. That'd be great.
Yeah, and we also missed really good outputs that were in the past. But at some point you just have to
Yeah.
cut and choose the features that are going to be inside the main collection.
Hmm.
But I think there is a lot to talk about this process. It's been a year, a lot of work on this, and I'm not the best speaker, so I will do it through X and explaining everything much in deeper. maybe tomorrow or at the beginning of next week, we will have a post explaining everything.
Exactly. For the next 2 weeks, you're only gonna hear about not painting. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, the paint. You're going to dream with it.
Well, and you, Scotch, Steven, Danny, maybe I don't know. You have some final questions before we close the show. No, all good.
I've talked too much already, I think, so I'm gonna let Stephen say something and Danny.
I was gonna say I'm more than happy to follow Danny. So Danny, did you have something?
Well, I'm looking forward to making this. I think,
That's nice.
and also actually seeing it where I can, like zoom in and zoom out, and so
Yeah,
looking forward to it.
we have to do that. Well, once it's inscribed, we will also share that so people can play on the Actional Ordinals website. Okay, well, thank you guys. It was amazing. You know what I'm gonna do now. I am just gonna continue the curation for a few hours. Actually, if you want, Scotch, I'm gonna invite you to the creation call. You give me your email, and you can participate in there, and you choose your grails, and I will reserve those.
I'm pretty sure you've already got my email, but I'll send it. I'll send it to you anyway. Yeah, don't play those games. Just send me your email. I know you've got my email.
But I
So yeah,
forget.
no, that sounds awesome.
But yeah, it was a great live. I'm happy that we finally revealed these. Please, if even if you are not going to collect, just check the artwork seriously. Look at the texture. Look at what Medusa has to say about it, because it's a crazy work. It's fantastic work. So congratulations, Medusa. I hope that this collection will be remembered, as the pillar of your next phases, because I know that you're gonna play with this algorithm a little bit more, maybe doing some more figurative. So yeah, we're gonna see this not painting texture a lot more. Steven?
Yeah, I just wanted to cut in for 2 seconds. I really did mean what I said. Like I wanted to follow what Danny was gonna say.
Ah,
I was gonna yield the floor to him to get his thought out, but no, I wanted to echo a lot of what we've been saying and what I think needs to continue to be reiterated across the art space right now. We need to continue to push for exploration, and we need to encourage people to actually understand what's going on behind this work. So the more that you, the audience member, are out there and you're willing to go and see and understand, the more you're going to see the beauty in actually what's going on here. Because algorithms really are an extremely powerful medium, and I cannot encourage people enough to go and sit and spend some time with this, because there's things that we didn't even mention, right? Like the idea of when you're working with oil, sometimes you can see that like splatter effect, right? Where there's certain times where like it'll splash off the canvas and accidentally create these drip drops. That exists in this algorithm. It's not something that is overthought. So I really just want to make sure that I impress upon that. Definitely take the time to spend with it. But Medusa, I give you all the credit in the world, man. This is really, really well done.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate. Thank you.
wow, we have base chain. Congrats, Medusa BB team. Oh, thank you, base chain. On Bitcoin, the algorithm is the art, 100%. Well, here it's not really art. It's not a painting. It's just code. So care about it.
Oh,
Well,
that's good.
Well, thank you guys. I'm gonna put once again at the end the teaser because I love it, and I will wait everyone on the Vivid website if you want to collect one, and of course on Discord and on X. Thank you. See you soon.
Thank you so much, guys, to come here and I'll help with this. Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Great
Thank
to
you for
see everybody
coming.
once again.
Great to see you
Take care.
guys.